This is an exciting day for Conley Elementary School, and I am so proud to have each one of you here. Everybody in this room has just special meaning to me, and as we all come together in this one place for this celebration, words are going to fail me today to try to describe how excited I am about this event and how thrilled I am to have each one of you here to celebrate with us. Thank you so much. I'd like to first say a couple of words and thank yous to some of our guests that are here, and they will be introduced a little bit later. But none of this would be possible if we didn't go all the way back to the beginning of those folks that support our school system. And we have Superintendent Pons is with us this morning. Some of our board members are here, Mr. Crumpler. Others may show up that we've invited. But students, those folks are kind of like the big bosses of our school. And they make some of those really, really hard decisions about money and what can go on in our schools and what cannot. And they listen to all of us. Kind of like how when we talked about student council and we have that democracy and we have a body of people and we have those representatives that listen to what we say and they take it to heart and they make decisions based on that. And that's what these folks do. And so they provide a lot of things for us at school. And so for me, it all starts there. And if it weren't for the superintendent and the vision of our board members, we wouldn't be able to have things like we're celebrating today, where we have a system that supports the whole child. So you don't come here just for reading, writing, and math, but we get to have those art experiences like music and art and the sculpture that we're going to be unveiling today. And it's actually the hands of our students that made that. That's so impressive to me. And like I said this morning on our morning news, this is really a day in history for us because this statue is going to be there for a very, very long, long, long time. And so I'm so proud of that. So I'd like to just welcome each and every one of you this morning and just let you know from my heart what a very special day this is, and I'm so glad that you're here. To get us started, our Vice President of Student Council, Peyton Dyer, is going to lead us in the pledge. So if you'd all stand, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. And at this time, our chorus, led by Miss Megan Buckley, is going to lead us in the Star Spangled Banner. Please stand again and feel free to join them.
Stripes and bright stars.
Awesome, thank you.
Good morning. My name is Peyton Dyer. It is with great pleasure that I introduce a strong supporter of the arts, Superintendent Jackie Pons.
Thank you. Students, it's an honor for me to be here today, and wanted to thank your principal, Ms. Brooks, Ms. Urban, for the great job that they do. Let's give your principal a big hand, right? Students, a couple things that I just want to talk to you about, and the parents that are here to welcome you, but to let you know how important the arts are to education. You know, here in our county, we understand that this is one of the most important subjects that you'll take. And we love the arts, and they're what helps you to be creative and to be entrepreneurs. And they're something that's very important to the overall education of children. So I want to let you know on behalf of our school board, Mr. Crumpler is here today, that we're going to always support the arts. And today, by being here, I want to let you know how important it is when we go out and we look at what has been created. It makes us think of things that we don't normally think about. And that's part of education. It affects our feelings. And that's why it's so important. Also today, students, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about role models. How important it is to have good friends and to hang around the right type of people in life. Today we have a special individual that's here that our school board actually named this school after. And he was somebody that was a role model to me when I was starting out as a teacher and then became an assistant principal. And I know you've met him before, but I'm going to ask that Mr. Conley, Mike Conley, if you'll just stand up. This is the individual that this school is named after. And let's give him a big hand for what he's done. You know, when we see an individual like that, that should give us all where the bar is. Not that we're going to get over that bar, but to motivate us to try to be like him each and every day. Again, I'm proud to be here, Ms. Costigan. This is an example of what our foundation does, the type of leadership that you've provided, that we want to always be reinforcing educational opportunities for our children that really show the value of the arts. And we're going to be committed to that here in Leon County. We're not going to back away from it, even in the most difficult economic times we face. We're going to continue to support the arts. And it's an honor for me to be here as superintendent. I wished I could say that I was the one that created this, but I did see Ms. Brooks doing some of and some of the students, and that's real important. But on behalf of our school board, in our community, I just am proud to be here today, and I'm really excited about this type of opportunity. So thank you, Ms. Brooks, and everybody have a great day.
Thank you. And I think today you're going to hear lots of thank yous because a lot of effort and a lot of people made this happen today. And one of those folks is Ms. Costigan and the Foundation of Leon County Schools. And for those that don't know, I think most of us all know that what really kind of got it started was a grant that Dr. Mill had written, a vision that she had out of her art class. And so I'd like to stop at this moment and give Dr. Mill a round of applause. She took the time to take advantage of an opportunity, and it took her own time and her own effort, and she did it not because of what she wanted for herself, guys, students, but what she wanted for you guys and for our school. And remember, I keep telling you, we're the school. When we say Conley Elementary, people are thinking about us, okay? So as the superintendent said, we want to be the representative of our school. We want to represent Mr. Conley well. We want to represent each other well as a place that really has high standards for ourselves. And Dr. Mill, we thank you that you're one of our teacher leaders that kind of takes us along that road, and we really appreciate it. But I'd like to give Ms. Costigan an opportunity to come to the stage. I'm going to let Peyton introduce you.
At this time, I'm happy to introduce Ms. Costigan, the Executive Director of the Foundation for the Leon County Schools. Speaking on behalf of the foundation is Mr. David Vincent, CEO of JRA Architects and the chair-elect of the foundation.
What a wonderful job you're doing.
Thank you, everyone, and good morning. And I've heard my name mentioned a lot this morning, but this has nothing at all to do with me. It has everything to do with our board of directors, the 26 men and women who represent the foundation and serve in a volunteer capacity to raise dollars for all of you, to bring programs like this to your school. And a particular thank you to Dr. Meal. You guys are so fortunate to have her as your art teacher. She is a legend. She's epic in this district, throughout the state, and throughout the nation for everything she does. And Conley Elementary is so fortunate to have her and the great people at this school. And I also have to give a shout out to Mr. Conley over there, my first boss. He hired me 30 years ago. That's kind of scary to think about, that we're both still walking around and doing great things for education. And just want to thank him for everything that he's done. And I want to thank Dr. Peggy Youngblood, too, for everything that she does for our elementary schools, and Dee Crumpler for his constant support from the school board. You guys are awesome. And at this point, like I said, it's all about these men and women who raised these dollars for you this morning. So I'm going to turn it over to David Vincent to say a few words.
Thanks, Jill. First of all, as a representative of the foundation, I'd like to also introduce Mary Estes. She's a board member here. Mary. So on behalf of the board, I'm really excited about being here and expressing our gratitude to Dr. Meal for all she's done. She applied for this grant, and not only did she apply for the grant, but she went above and beyond. As you can see from the pictures here, she went above and beyond and made this a reality. Each year, the foundation, that's one of our main goals, is to put about $60,000 back into the classrooms. A number we'd like to improve, and thanks to projects like this, I know we can, because we are going to have this on our webpage and showing people what's done. So this is important. I don't want to take too much of your time. I want to thank Dr. Meal for going above and beyond, for making this really happen, and I want to thank everyone involved in the project, including these wonderful students. So thank you.
And now we're going to hear from our chorus.
So
Thank you so much. Sharing some of what their unit on jazz the past 9 weeks. Thanks so much, Mrs. Buckley and the chorus. And at this time, I'd like to just make a couple of notes before I turn it over to Dr. Meal. The slideshow that's been going on, thank you, Dr. Meal and Ms. Buckley, kind of giving you a history, a background of how the sculpture evolved and was born. So thanks, guys, for that. I'd also like to point out today, I especially want to say thank you. So before we move out to the unveiling, I want to personally look at those kids that contributed to the sculpture. So if you did anything toward making this sculpture, you had your hands on it for just a split second at any time as this thing was being created, please stand up. Awesome job. Thank you, students. Thank you, parents, for your support. So many parents are here. I'd also like to acknowledge Mr. Ray King slipped in the back. Ray, Mr. King, would you stand, please? Thank you. This is a birthday and a moment in history today. It's only fitting that the principal that opened this school and planned so much of the school is here to celebrate with us. So thank you for being here. With that, Dr. Meal.
I'm an art teacher, so I don't have to be in front of groups. So that we'll just forget and move on. But I need to tell you this is not possible, any of it, without the support of the foundation and also the support they've given me throughout the years. And also our artist, Mr. Cooley, wave high, because he thinks it's a little messy and we think it looks really neat. So, his style's a lot tighter and he was really so supportive and he didn't mind that we messed up, so he was really great with all that. And his son Holden was also a good asset because having worked with Dad, he came in and one day said, oh, you can get more clay on than that. Here, just, and he showed us how to put it on a little more clay, a little faster than what we were doing. But today what we want to do is, the unveiling is a fit conclusion for Youth Arts Month. The month of March is Youth Arts Month, where we celebrate all the arts in all the schools, and it's a national celebration. Beginning this month is also the Generations Art Show and projects that we've been working with FSU, COCA, TCC, San Luis Mission, on a 3-year project where we're putting together artworks with the theme of generations. So our sculpture fits into that perfectly because we have Brad Sr., his dad, then we have Brad, and then now we have Holden and Marissa who also helped on this project. So they're kicking off the next step of the arts that we're celebrating coming up in April and May. The arts make a unique contribution to the education of our students. In art and music classes, they not only make pretty pictures or beautiful music, but learn to push beyond what they know. They problem solve, use knowledge to produce a product They work on an idea over time, they self-evaluate, and they're always looking for a way to make their work better and more meaningful. Today we celebrate our Conley students' accomplishments in the arts, both music and visual arts. In a time of limited budgets, long rotations and large classes in special area, we can still do great things can be accomplished. Our students working with artist Brad Cooley have created a sculpture to design to inspire future generations to envision, to persevere, to achieve at the highest level possible, and to read. I am sure many of the students in years to come will remember the smell of the clay and the art room as they formed the wire, put the clay on the wire armature. Many will reflect back on their elementary school years and remember the contribution to something that is lasting and significant, and perhaps bring their children here to see what they helped create. Throughout history, sculpture has been placed in important places to commemorate and inspire. Today, schools are one of those important places. This sculpture has a theme as well as a mascot. The theme comes from a book by Dr. Seuss, All the Places You'll Go. And so I'm going to read a little bit of the excerpt from it. And then today, because of the weather, we moved inside. So afterwards, we'll ask our guests to go outside first, and we'll give you more directions in a minute. And we'll unveil the sculpture. You won't lag behind because you'll have speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say so, but sadly it's true. The bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you, but on you will go, though the weather be foul. On you will go through the enemy's prowl. On you will go, though hearken hot crowds howl. Onward, up many a frightening creek. Though your arms may get sore, your sneakers may leak, on and on you will hike. And I know you will hike far. In your face up to your problems, whatever they are, you'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot and left. And will you succeed? Yes, you will indeed. 98.75% guaranteed. So be your name Buxom Bam, or Bixby, or Bray, or Mordecai Alley, Van Allen O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way. Thank you. But before we leave, we invited all of the art club back because they had a lot of the responsibility for getting the clay done. I'm going to read all their names, and if they're here, would you stand up and wave, okay? It happens, Lily, you're here, and you're first. Lily Johnson, Grace Wagner, Marissa Cooley, Barah Ahmed, Hunter, Mary Richardson, Ava Mitchum, Autumn Robbins, Cassie Hetrick, Jordan Creel, Ashwarya, Gabrielle Bowles, and Avery Smith. And again, I'd like to thank Ms. Brooks, the foundation, and of course all the students. So let's give them all a big round. I'd also like to thank Ms. Brooks for finding additional funding. Originally this was going to be in resin, but it turned out better than we thought. And so we found the money to put it in bronze. So Ms. Brooks, thank you for making us a forever sculpture.
Okay.
Get the kids to count. Get the kids in.
Do it on three?
Three.
Yeah. Ready on three. 1, 2, 3.
Well, this is one of the most unique things I think I've ever seen in regard to schools. What a wonderful day it is, and I know everyone in the county is proud of this. I am especially proud of it, and I love the bee on the book. What a dividend.
Well, you know, on this project, we kept the kids involved as much as possible. They actually put on probably 90% of the clay. I came in at the end and done some tightening up on the sculpture. But what I've done is I welded a frame together. We come up with an idea. We actually let the kids take the pictures and then come back. After the pictures were took, I put the armature together, took it to the studio, welded it together, brought it back. So they got to put the first layer of clay on, and they got to put the last layer of clay on. They were involved from start to finish on it.
Well, it's just an example of how our community supports our school system. We have a local artist that has put this together. We're going to ask him to do some other things for us. He's very talented. And think about how this is going to create in the students' minds the opportunity. Maybe one day we'll have an artist here at Conley that will take his place in the community. And that's what education's all about. It's not just about FCAT, it's not just about testing, it's about creating the next artist in our community. And that's what's important, and that's what makes me so proud to be superintendent here in Leon County.
Well, one thing we're really fortunate is that Mr. Cooley's children attend our school. So as a parent, he had an interest, but also I think it goes beyond that. You know, Dr. Meal, our art teacher, had tapped into that resource, and she does that. Right now she's got a project where she's inviting the grandparents to come in and help our students learn to crochet. And so we reach out to our community, and they get involved. And so as a parent, we knew he was a resource, and he was willing to get involved and provide the armature and the expertise and get us going on that, and come in and actually teach the students as well.